done with science for today.
Today on Mythbusters, we will be seeing if the myth that mnemonic devices improve one's memory is actually true. You may be wondering what a mnemonic device is. Mnemonic devices are memorizing strategies or techniques that improve one's ability to memorize something. An example of a mnemonic device is ROYGBIV, which is a technique to help one memorize the order of the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. My hypothesis is that if one were to use a type of mnemonic device to help memorize something, that person will have an easier time recalling the memory or what is needed to be memorized. In order to perform this experiment, you will need the following materials. First, we'll need our 10 test subjects, all which must be the same age. The age I will be doing is 13. You will need 20 copies of a mnemonic device test. My mnemonic device test has 6 questions, which usually require mnemonic devices to help figure out. For example, list the colors of the rainbow, when did Columbus sail the ocean, correct order of the Great Lakes, order of the planets, the 7 coordinating conjunctions, and the order of math operations. You will also need 10 copies of the same answer key or study guide. On your answer key and study guide, you should have the mnemonic device which the test subjects will be studying, and underneath the answer. Now that we have gathered our materials, we can start the experiment. Out of your 20 copies of tests, give 10 to each of the test subjects so that they can take their test. Don't have them prepare or study in advance for the test, and give them a maximum of 10 minutes to complete their test. Once each of the test subjects has completed the test, hand them a study guide for them to study the mnemonic devices for around 10 minutes. Once each of the test subjects has completed studying their study guide, you can give the other half of the 20 tests back to them for them to redo their test and hopefully improve, with again a maximum of 10 minutes. Be sure that throughout this experiment, you are recording your data so that you can compare the scores from the first test and the second test. Finally, we have finished our experiment, and according to the data on this graph, from the first test, the scores weren't perfect and were mostly low. More than half of the test subjects got below 50% correct on the first test. On the second test score graph, one can see major improvement, including that half of the test subjects were able to score over 50% on the test, due to studying the mnemonic devices, which were able to help by uncoding old memories and find the answers on the test. In conclusion, my hypothesis was supported because by one using a mnemonic device, it is easier for them to remember and recall, because a catchier tune being filed away into long-term memory is easier to be uncoded, linking to the answers which the test subjects were looking for.
The mnemonic devices helped me for the second test.
Mnemonic devices gave me a really fun way to remember the stuff for the test.
Those people to take to be.